Hey y'all, it's your girl Stephanie Hardy of the Hardy Wrestling Podcast, live at Comic-Con for the very first time. We're here and it's all the way live, and I'm sitting here with someone who I met who has the cutest cosplay. This is Christen, and she's cosplaying as Flo from Progressive Insurance. This is not an ad for Progressive Insurance, but this is who she cosplay as. So how are you, ma'am?
I'm doing amazing. This is actually my second Comic-Con, and I believe it's my 10th convention overall. So, you know, hashtag veteran status here. So, yeah, I'm super glad that I got to meet you today, and yeah, happy.
Yeah, it's cool that you said you're a veteran and stuff, because this is my first time ever here. Like, this is my first time at a Comic-Con. Like, I've been to Comic-Cons before, like the Alabama Comic-Con, like that, but as far as this one, I've never really been to. So it's really interesting, and now I'm here and I'm doing stuff for my own show, the Hardy Wrestling Podcast. It's just insane. So what has been the craziest thing you've seen at a Comic-Con since you've been so many times?
Ooh, hit me with the questions I haven't thought about. Okay, the craziest thing I've seen, I think so far it was when I went to DreamCon, which is in like Texas, and it was a cosplay contest, and I forgot the name of the character, but I know he's like one of the guys from Bleach on like Squad 11, and he came out and he had this extended sword, and like he started flipping around, and then it like disconnected, and I was like, okay, I don't want to get hit by anything, I don't want to get cut by it. That was like the craziest thing, because I was like, okay, is my life in danger? Or okay, he ended up winning. I think it's like Spicy Ramen Podcast, I think that's their name, but yeah, he was like the main guy from it, so that was pretty awesome.
Okay, that sounds really interesting. Now I can't really say like the craziest thing I've seen, but I do know that when I went to the Comic-Con last year, I actually saw someone at a wrestling panel dressed up as Homelander, and I believe his girlfriend was dressed up as Starlight from The Boys, the Amazon series, and I thought that was the cutest thing I'd ever seen, and then the fact that he was a wrestling fan just made it all the way better. I was just like, oh my god. You're a wrestling fan and you're dressed up like this problematic superhero. Like, it was just really cute. So you said that you had never really watched wrestling before, or you have like a little bit of experience with it, or you really don't know a lot about it?
I would say like I'm probably like 10% knowledgeable on it, to be honest. Like, I kind of watch the reality shows, like I know the Bella Twins, and just I've seen like some of the other reality shows with a whole lot of women who are into it. So I just kind of watch it by that, but not directly. So that's definitely a part that I plan to like get into more often.
I think it's cool that you mentioned the reality show like Total Divas and Total Bellas, because it's just like in the wrestling world, a lot of fans have a tendency to sort of look down on those reality shows, because of course, you know, wrestling is basically like a male dominated, you know, fan sport, but women do love it, as you can see, because I'm here and stuff like that. But at the same time, Total Divas doesn't get enough credit, I believe, for pulling in non-fans who might really just be into reality television in that way. So, because since you watch Total Divas and Total Bellas, you're into a level of the wrestling world that you probably otherwise would not have paid any attention to, and I think that counts. I really do believe that form of the wrestling fandom is valid.
I know more than I thought I did. Yay.
Yeah, it's just like I tell my mom, like, she's not really that much of a wrestling fan either, but she's only known about it in passing. But I tell her that you know more than you think you do. Like, even if it's just in passing, or whether or not, you know, you watch the commercials and stuff, you know more than you think you do. Yeah, when you really think about it. So is there ever a way that you could possibly get back into it, or is there anything that would get you back into it if you saw like a commercial, or just in passing, or if you see anything related to it?
I think naturally, of course, it's been a while since I watched those reality shows, but I feel like naturally, as I've started to see, like I saw your pictures of different like wrestlers who kind of cross over into like anime and those type of outfits. So what I'm saying is ultimately there's a natural crossover, and I've seen different wrestling like matches that come to anime conventions, and I think that's one of the best ways to get more people into it, including myself. Like, I think there's something going on tonight or tomorrow night with different wrestling matches, and I'm just like, okay, I got to get there. I got to see how this is going. Like, I don't see it too often everywhere, so I think that's one of the best ways for me to get to it.
Yeah, definitely. And I appreciate, that you have an open mind towards it, and that it's not really anything that you would cast down. It's something that you're still sort of interested in giving a little bit of a chance to. And I appreciate that. So, in light of you and what's going on with you, considering we just met today, since we just met today, what exactly, what is your brand, and what do you give, in terms of the nerd culture, or, just Blerd culture as a whole?
Oh, yeah, of course. So I am Blerd Sunbae on my anime page. I started it in December of 2020. It really came from a direct influence of Black Girls Anime, and I was just watching her lives one day, and I said, okay, man, I want to do some of this same stuff, of course, with my own personal touch. So I would say right now it's kind of a split between content creation and press coverage. So I have different trends. Like, I have Blerd Appreciation Monday, and I'm highlighting all types of blurs of all kinds. Like, I never even thought about like blurs in the wrestling world too much. It's usually like cosplayers or photographers or digital artists or like people who are painting, and this would be another extension of that, like to highlight blurs in this wrestling space. So that would be something that could be new and brought on as well. Weeb Out Wednesdays, it's mostly anime, but sometimes it's K-dramas, which that's where Sunbae comes from. It's the equivalent of senpais, but it's Korean. So I'm a Black anime nerd, and I also like K-dramas, and I do Friday like watch parties. So I'm trying to bring more people over into the K-drama side, and so I watch different types of shows. Like, most people know Train to Busan and Parasite is the main like staple of them, and I'm pretty sure most people's first K-drama is Boys Over Flowers. It was mine too, but like I was super late, so I watched it last year, and I just got hooked on it from there. So I like to do a bunch of different things with it, and growing surely and slowly and steadily. So hopefully faster one day.
Yeah, I definitely get what it's like to have a brand and to sit and sort of figure out, what to do with it and how much you can grow and stuff like that, because this is my first time doing my thing here at a convention of sorts, and hopefully I can do more. But it sounds like you're doing really fantastic and substantial work, for the culture and everything. And maybe, as you're doing that, you can, bring more wrestling into the mix as well.
Yes. I love the way like my mind just like expands out. Like, I would have never thought a podcast on this like exists, like with Black women in the space. And especially I think when I was passing by, I heard you say that like you had been watching like wrestling since you were 4 years old, and I was like, wow, that's like so amazing. Like, more people should know about that. Everybody has their specific thing, and that's what I love to highlight, just how beautiful that is. So yeah, definitely planning on growing with that too.
Yes, I would love to actually have you on my podcast if you ever want to, join or come, via Zoom or whatever. So, just tell everybody where they can find you. We've reached the end of our time, but just tell everyone where they can find you, and follow you and stuff.
Yes, so the main place you can find me always and forever is on Instagram. My Instagram is at Blerd Sunbae, BLERD SUNBAE.
Thank you so much for coming, and I was so happy to meet you, and I wish you nothing but success going on in the future, okay?
Thank you so much, and I wish you the same as well. Great meeting you.
Thank you.